Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lyra and Lily with Angela Joy. Um, wow, I'm starting off with ums right away. I've started to notice myself do that a lot more lately. I have been making really big changes in my life and really sticking to them and doing it like every day, like I'm moving forward in a sense. I'm working hard to really tackle a lot of things. So I am more like physically exhausted than normal. My brain's been on overpower and struggling to kind of feel like I get a break, but like it's not even so much of a break of not doing anything. It's like, having some comfort to, just sit there with someone and watch a movie and relax, snuggle or something. I'm really missing that. I'm really craving that. My brain really needs that. Um, but it's okay. Um, but yeah, so the reason I am recording this one, it is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll be uploading this one tomorrow. And so I have recently come across a lot of um, information regarding people who've been adopted and some of their feelings around it. And, it was really eye-opening because I've always heard, like, getting adopted is, like, one of the best things, um, yada, yada, yada. Like, it's supposed to be this, like, all-saving thing. And honestly, for me, it wasn't. It was really abusive and just really not healthy for my mentality, for even just being a kid. Especially, because the thing is, like, once the adoption is, like, finalized, kind of, I guess. Like, I'm not really fully understanding on the whole process, but, there's no one really, because this system has been like, okay, we trust these people, we're just gonna leave you with these people kind of thing. Whatever. And, so there's not that, like, extra support and help, for the child. And especially when things become, really abusive and stuff. And another thing is what's it called? Like, well, I don't know. Basically, I'm just starting to kind of tap into all my emotions regarding that, and I'm really starting to not feel alone. Like I thought, well, I didn't, like, it wasn't like a conscious thought, but there was that thought in the back of my mind of like, so many kids want to get adopted, blah, 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 but I'm realizing that was just shit I was fed. And then, like, the more I research about it, the more I understand, like, it's, like, so much worse than I thought. Like, I had my own experiences, and they were shitty. But I was still, like, coming from a more, white privileged situation, in a sense. And the more I'm learning about it, adoption, and, like, people who have been adopted and are speaking out about stuff, like, what they went through, and, how it did way more damage, or just, like, even the form of adoption in a whole is damage. It's trauma. It's straight up trauma, Whether you're adopted from a baby and you've never met your parents, or you met them when you were younger, and, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy that wasn't with my birth mother. I can only imagine what would have gone on. But it's just kind of like with that episode I did a little while ago on, like, taking on the responsibility of being a mom and what that means. And if you choose to bring a child into this world, you know, whatever happens to that child is essentially, at the end of the day, your responsibility. Up until that child is old enough to become an adult and make their own decisions. However, at the same time, like, it's still important to care for your kid, and, just because they become adults doesn't mean you get to, like, treat them more shitty or whatever, And, yeah, there's just so many things about this subject and topic that I've been really getting into. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I've felt so drained and stuff, and like I can't relax, because there's just a lot coming up, and um, I don't really have um, the same, like, I don't know. It's difficult because some days I have lots of energy and doing really great, super proud of myself, and then I just get freaking exhausted, and it's hard for me to um, process things, and just kind of sometimes even just like get stuff done, and it can be a lot, and I'm just very proud of myself that now, instead of feeling like I'm a failure, like I'm actually just processing, and it's healthy and it's normal. And to like really like give myself like, you know, a pat on the back, you could say, or like, just like it's okay, you're doing the best you can. And sorry, I'm right now trying to decide how I want to do this. Like I'm about to in the next few days here, I'm gonna get some more weed, but I'm kind of on that last little bit. Like I still have like a good amount, maybe a gram or more. I'm not too good at sizes, but I've had it for a while, and I like putting my weed into a bigger container. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll just like go through and grind it all and then stick it in there. But I'm thinking not. I don't know. It's just kind of I don't know. I just like I'm essentially what's going on is, for the last 4 hours, I have this cute little table I like using, and for the last, like I said, roughly 4 hours, I have been like painting it, and I also painted it with nail polish. So I'm still kind of a little bit funky off those fumes, but I'm okay. And yeah, but I just like, I really wanted to get on here and talk and stuff, because even though I am not having my best day, it's more of like a lazy day. A lazy day with a yearning for companionship is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, I wanted to get on here. I know this is super choppy. I also wanted to mention, I don't quite remember if I've mentioned this in other episodes, but my podcast is kind of like a vlog, in the sense of like, I share what's going on in my life. It's not going to be perfect. I also do plan on working towards making more audio YouTube videos, like me like talking and stuff in front of the camera, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that and all that kind of stuff, and it's just it's a work in progress, and I just want you guys to know that I'm here. And again, at the bottom of each episode, I have an email there, so if you really feel like you want to reach out and connect and get to know me a little bit more, or maybe you have some questions about my story that maybe could help you in your own story and what's going on in your life. And even if you just wanted, like, I am making this disclaimer now, I'm not a counselor. I am definitely not a counselor or any mental health professional. However, going through such a wide variety of traumas and experiences, I do have quite a wide range of abilities to connect with people who've gone through different things. And if you've listened to my content and you can really connect with it, and maybe you don't have anybody else in your life that you know, just you feel like doesn't get you, because I know what it's like, you know, to be able to relate with some parts but not fully with others. And so I want to open that door for you if you would like to, oh crap, do that. Oh man. You're more than welcome to. Yeah. And you're probably going to hear a lot more ums. I'm just going to be honest. Due to stress and my brain just not at its best place. Like, it's not that, like, anything's wrong with me. It's more, it's just tired. Like, I guess the best way to describe it is, like, you study for a big test. Like, you study, and then it's like you have, like, your brain is just exhausted from studying so much. That would be the best way to describe it for me. My head hurts. But, you know, I still don't want that to stop me from creating content, you know, my podcast. And I really like to show you guys, like, the raw, authentic part of myself, you know? Like, the part of myself that says, a million times, or, you know, other words, because, you know, it's not like I'm not thinking straight. It's more just, I have all these things I want to share, and I still have, like, this beautiful brain and everything, but, you know, it needs breaks sometimes too. And it's just, I still, like, even though I'm not at, like, my full potential, I guess you could say, right now, because my brain's a little overloaded, you know, I still enjoy making my podcast. I still like to record and be honest, and, you know, just really show you that, like, you know, you can still be a good person. You're still a good person in general, you know, just being yourself, authentically you. And I guess it's kind of like, you know, I sometimes get those thoughts creep up in my head of, okay, you know, like, everybody's, like, editing theirs podcasts, and here I am just stumbling along. But I just, like, I'm not trying to be a creator for everybody, you know. I want to be myself, and I want to, you know, do things in the way that feels most authentic to me, and just really allow those people that have similar viewpoints and stuff like that to not only find me, but feel welcome to just express themselves, and, you know, to realize that you don't have to be perfect. I feel like there's just such this big emphasis on being perfect in this world, whether, you know, it's like you have to do a perfect thing at work. I mean, depending on your work, like if you're a surgeon, you know, you can't be perfect, but it would be, I don't know where I was going with that, but, you know, like, it's just like, for me, it's like, every time that I got stuck in my head, and I was like, oh, no one's gonna like this, or, you know, why am I doing this? Like, it sucks. Like, I'm not editing. I'm not, you know, I don't even, always even pick a topic that I want to talk about. Like, it just comes out, or sometimes I start off talking about one thing, and I trail off, and I'm talking about a whole other thing at the end of the episode. Like, that's just me, you know? Like, that's just who I am, and that's what comes out. And that's what I like to share with the world, you know, and I'm hoping that, my, I guess, vulnerabilities that I'm sharing with you, which I'm going to probably start doing more of, just really help you realize that you don't have to be perfect. And, you know, like, I'm not trying to sell my podcast to the whole world. You know, that's a lot of people, and, you know, like, not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna like your content, not everyone's gonna like the way you talk, but there's people out there that will like you, and that's the best part about living on Earth. There's lots and lots of human people, and that means there's lots and lots of variety in what they like. And yes, people may have common goals of what they enjoy, but each person is so unique that you have an opportunity to, reach people that maybe you wouldn't have thought you would have ever reached before, or get to know people. Or the cool thing is I'm hoping, to start connecting people together. And, maybe as I grow more in, skills on, moderating and stuff, I'll open up, another group. The one I had on Facebook, I was getting way too overwhelmed, and that's something I struggle with too, is I get very excited, and I feel a strong passion for justice, and I actually have a lot of good ideas of, how to solve problems, and how I could actually make a difference, and, the way in which I could do it, and, that's why it took me so long to find my passion or my purpose. Was every time I found out about something new, especially if it was an injustice or, something I didn't know about, I wanted to make an effort and really go in there, and I would problem solve, and I would come up with these solutions that would actually just might work. It wasn't guaranteed 100%, but these really innovative solutions. And it was just very difficult for me because I got very confused on what I was going to do, So now, whenever I have something uber I'm passionate about, especially when it comes to justice or anything like that, I like to really tap into myself and basically try to understand, is this gonna do more to my mental health, or is it is this gonna be too much, or sorry, I just bought a pack of ruling papers, and they're just, the crease on them is a little different. But yeah, what's it called? But yeah, that's what I guess that's what I'm here for. I'm here to speak up and talk about things because, even if I can't go and put on, my superhero pants and, go out and make a big difference and lead all these big groups of people and get them all together and rally them, or, even just talk to them and network and, oh, shit. Oh, that's so dumb. Sorry about that. Yeah, that little table I painted today was the one I used for this kind of stuff, so I'm kind of just making a big mess all over myself right now. Ugh. Frick. I didn't get any on the couch. Okay. So, I'm just going to pull the other table up. Okay. But yeah, so, where was I? I want you guys to know that this is raw, authentic me on a brain fart day. Is probably the best way to put this. Because, I'm, even, because I went down to the gas station to buy a pack of rolling papers. Because until I get paid on Monday, I've been rolling my own cigarettes and stuff. What's it called? And, even just when my brain's this fried, it's even kind of dangerous for me to walk down the street. Just because, I don't know, it's just, I'm a little bit more slower. I'm not, physically, mentally, I'm not fully able to, fully comprehend everything that's around me, so I go very cautiously, and, I always, especially on days like this, I just let traffic go in front of me. Like, I don't mind waiting, like, an extra, like, sometimes up to a minute at the intersection. I'd rather wait for it to all be clear, especially because we have this one spot on the way that, like, there's little to no visibility. And I almost got hit by a lady on Valentine's Day, like, a few years ago there. And, yeah, so it's just stuff like that. And, you know, that's the cool thing about getting to know yourself and your own limitations is, you know, really understanding. Like, it's not that there's anything wrong with me, there's nothing, you know, like, it's not a testament to my character. It doesn't hold, like, this old high and mighty, oh, it's my worth. Like, if I can't fucking whatever go down the street, you know, it's okay to be tired. It's okay to be worn out and your mind to be worn out. And yeah, it's a lot. And it's a lot to take in. And so on these days, I try to just relax. But these are the days that I get my most creative. But then it's like, because I'm creative, like, I'm doing stuff. But then I'm also, like, feeling so, like, brain farted. I'm just gonna call it that. That I'm just, like, it's so hard to, like, think fully. And so, like, when I was painting the table, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do nail polish. I was like, I don't know if I should do nail polish or just paint and then a matte varnish on top. I think that would have been a way better idea, but that's not what I did. I painted it first, and then I went over with nail polish over top of the paint. I painted it first to make the nail polish color really brighten. And yeah, that wasn't too smart because I was inhaling nail polish fumes for quite a few hours. And it looks pretty now. I didn't have fully enough nail polish, like blue nail polish, to do like the whole section I was doing, so then had to cut it into quarters and stuff like that. But yeah, my plans for the rest of the evening, like, they're filming just down my back alley. They've got like the food tent set up and stuff, but my plans are honestly just relax. It's Friday night. Gonna relax, gonna have a smoke, gonna roll myself a smoke, then I'm going to, my place is airing out right now, because when I came back from Chevron, it was like freaking hella stinky in here. And from the, what's it called? What the fuck? Huh. Weird. Yeah, it's like just like extra smelly from the nail polish. Oh, this might be a problemo. Yeah, when I went to Chevron, I was looking for the wider, like, you know how like you can have like lengthwise, like left to right, but then you can have like on a rolling paper. I wanted like more width, I guess, like from up to down, just to roll my cigarettes with, and this was the biggest they had. So you guys get like the first edition vocal coverage of the new rolling papers. I'm kind of nervous because they're like not quite. Oh my god, this is terrible. Yeah, because like when I roll them, I use a card and stuff, and maybe think a more flimsy card. Fuck. Yeah, pardon my language. Sorry, you might hear me struggle for a second. Gosh, this is ridiculous. well, it's definitely going to be a work in progress. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, no, it's pretty shitty. But because it is, like, I can push the filter in a little bit more and then fold. Yeah, this tip is for, like, people over 18 in Canada, or just whatever your smoking age is, wherever you are. And just a little tip, but if you like are using a cigarette filter and paper's too short and you get it kind of looser, if you push the filter up like a millimeter or so, you'll get like a little bit of an edge over the filter, and then you can use that to kind of push around on the edge, so that, like, you know how like there's some cigarettes you'll have and like the paper around the filter starts to loosen, and so as you're like taking in a breath, it's like smoking a cigarette without a filter, and it just burns the shit out of you. Well, that's a good technique. Oh yeah, and there's been some crazy other stuff going on in my life, which is just interesting. I accidentally got myself in some building drama yesterday. I was coming home and I ran into this guy with a dog that my neighbor has been like losing his shit after, and I told him, like, you know, I'd be a witness, blah blah blah. So when I ran into him yesterday, I was pretty stoned, and he's like, do you want to smoke a joint or something like that? And I was like, sure. And he said he had to go upstairs to his place to get it from his building, and I was just getting home, so I had like Walmart chip bags and stuff, and what's it called? So I was like, I'll meet you back here, you know, because that's just like what I was thinking. Like, I'll just meet you back here, right? Like, we both live at different buildings, and then so when I come back, like, he's coming out, like, there's like this fence, and so the guy that's been losing his mind over the dog, I was a little too stoned to realize that he would have saw me meet up with the other guy, and so he started losing his shit. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, like, honestly, like, it wasn't intentional. And so as soon as like he came outside, and like fucking it escalated pretty quick. Like, he pulled down his pants and smacked his ass. Like, first he tried saying he was gonna whip his dick out and stuff, and it was just really insane. But I got the guy with the dog like away from the area where the other guy could see, because like I wanted to de-escalate it. It wasn't my intention to escalate things at all, like and because I just wanted to talk about like what I had said the last time, and I hadn't actually really met him face to face. It had been more of like, I'm up in my apartment kind of, and my landlord called me, and she was looking out for me in kind of like a motherly way. We exchanged a few words, and you know, I told her, you know, like, I was stoned, like, I was honest, I was like, you know, I wasn't intending for any drama or anything like that. Like, I, you know, even after shit went down and shit started to turn sideways, like, I removed the guy from the dog from the situation by saying, hey, let's like go over here, you know, let's leave him alone, kind of, to remove him, and then calmed him down and get him off the topic to relax him, right? So like, even when I'm fucked up, I can still, like, I used to go to the bar and shit, and I used to joke like that I was like a bar counselor or something like that, but it only works when I'm drunk. Well, that's not true, but you know, it's just like, it was kind of cool for me, I guess, because like I didn't think that my landlord actually gave a shit about me. Not to say anything like bad, but I just like, I've been so terrified of her since I moved in, of doing something wrong, because this is, you know, my first place, and it just like, it kind of actually warmed my heart quite a bit yesterday. When she said she cared about me, because that means a lot to me. And I went straight inside. She told me to, not get myself involved in that situation because it's gonna, bring more chaos in the building, kind of. And I agreed. And what's it called? I told the guy with the dog, like, I was like, like, if you're gonna go to the cops, whatever, and you need me to be a witness, like, and I get summoned to court, I'll get involved, but only because, like, I really can't leave this place and stuff like that, like, I really can't get involved, and especially due to already the one prior escalation from the 4 of the substance on my door, so... I listen to my landlord, and, it's one of those moments, like, afterwards, like, as soon as you're, like, out of the situation, you calm down, you're like, I'm so grateful she did that, because, I went from just, like, stone, chilling, getting home, ran into a guy, said, you want to smoke a joint, and I decided to smoke my own joint instead of his. But I was like, sure, because, like, I wanted, like I said, I wanted to talk about, the situation from before and, kind of, like, figure out, like, what was going on, like, in the sense of, like, because I said I would, like, be a witness and stuff, and I just, and, yeah. Yeah, that was my last night. That could also maybe have to do with my brain fog. But, yeah, it's a lot of growing, but I'm not so afraid. I'm not afraid, like I'm not so scared I'm gonna have to move or anything like that, and it's just, like, all these things that I've had fears about for, like, so long, like, things that, like, I was too afraid to talk about, or, like, and it took, certain situations to kind of wake me up out of that. But, yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me ramble on this Friday night while I am trying to put my brain together. Oh, yeah, I had this really amazing food last night. I these, like, breaded chicken finger strips, kind of. Like, they're, like, chicken fingers from, like, KFC when they had them when I was growing up. And, I cooked those and I put them in a wrap. Oh, that sounds so good, but I have to wait for the oven. So, yeah, this is me trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat, because I didn't want to eat right after what's it called? Right after inhaling all those nail polish fumes, because I was worried that it was gonna make me feel sick. Like, I have these, like, meatballs and shit. I don't know, though. Because, like, I know, like, this is kind of strange, but, like, I have, like, tomato soup. I could totally make a grilled cheese and tomato soup, but, yeah. I don't know. I just, like, when I'm feeling brain foggy like this, I just have a harder time making food, because I'm still, like, subconsciously a little bit worried about not fully being able to pay attention and being a little bit slower, because that's basically what it is. I'm just at, like, normally I'm, like, maybe at 60% like, speed, and today I'm feeling, like, 15-20%, and that is not fun. And, like, I've been craving macaroni and cheese so much lately. It's been insane. And, I could totally make some, like, from scratch. It would totally be weird, though. Oh, shit. Oh, that was dumb. Sorry, guys. This is, the Life in Angela on 20% speed. It's just like I do dumb things. You know when you have those days where you just do dumb things. Like you can't multitask at all. Okay. Wow. I don't. Okay. This is how you lose your marbles slowly. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna let you guys go before I ramble on too much. But I just I wanted you guys to I wanted to record this episode, but you guys also get to get an inside look on one of my slower days. I'm just gonna call it slower. That's how I feel. That's how I'm functioning. And I'm definitely overestimated myself a few times today on my capabilities. So I love you guys so much. And yeah, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at the email address in the link description below. Bye.